Hello. Ah, fantastic. Seems to be working. Cool, cool, cool. I need to grab his. I think so. Let's see. Actually, not here. I need to go grab them. One moment. One moment. One moment. Haha. Let me just put this here. Let's hope my entire set doesn't fall apart. Mainly the last one. Oh shit. Shit. All right. Boom. Should I turn this on? Is that better? I don't see a difference. Ah, a little bit on me. A little better, maybe. Am I getting shadow from over here if I do that, though? No? Okay, good. Oh, fuck. All right. So, here we have it. I am going to work on some solid art today. I'm going to also mute myself so I don't have to listen to myself speak because, dear God, that would be horrible. Welcome. If you decide to come back and look at this first stream, don't know why you would, but if you choose to, I thank you. I thank you. Because there probably won't be any viewers today, and that's okay, because I'm here to do the arts. So, as you can see with my sketchbook here, I've been working on perspective. Perspective's hard sometimes, but there's some great YouTube videos out there, and maybe I'll link them down in the description, especially if anyone reminds me. We can see my bit rate is low. What does that mean? Is bit rate important? Huh? Oh God. How does it look? Is it low quality? Or are we getting low quality stuff here? Doesn't look like it. It's kind of keeping up. And maybe it's a little low compared to what I'm getting on my camera. It's a low quality camera. So if it doesn't pick up a lot of detail, probably not the best for an art stream. Now that I think about it, that's okay. You know what? We're learning. We're learning, and all of my reactions are gonna have to be through my hands here because you cannot see my face. I got exactly one webcam, and it is right there, kind of like held up right now as it looks. Um, yes. So I've been learning perspective, um, because I think it's very important. Today we're talking about, in general, we're talking about art and how art can be helpful for making your world come alive. Because a lot of people do world building, and a lot of people play TTRPGs. People play stuff like D&D. People do all sorts of different um, games where you know you are making shit up. You're just making stuff up, right? And when you're making stuff up, you often don't have art to go along with it. And that's okay. You don't necessarily need art to go along with it, but sometimes we want to be able to show, well, our worlds, right? We want to be able to visualize what these places look like and be able to show people this world that we are inventing. And I think AI is stupid and dumb, and I hate it. So, I, as someone who has never traditionally been good at art, have decided that I'm just going to learn how to do art because I don't want to use AI when I can just do it myself. Um, I'm a grown ass man. I don't need a robot to make art for me. That's like the pinnacle of being against humanity, is letting the robots do the fun shit. I don't want robots to do the fun shit. They can do the boring shit, not art. So I decided perspective. Perspective's a fun thing to learn. Fun. Eh. it's a thing to learn and a thing that's worth learning. So as we can see here, I did some thumbnail sketches of just different scenes, different ideas for just a multitude of things. We can see over here we have sort of like a very bad. This is literally the first thumbnail that I did for like a landscape. I'd never done landscapes before. I was following a YouTube tutorial. But I progressed and continued doing it, and I tried some 3-point perspective. We can talk about the different points of perspective if that's useful. But anyone who comes back to watch this, I recommend just literally grabbing any sheet of paper. I have a sketchbook here because I have gotten into doing art, but you don't need that. You can literally grab a piece of printer paper. You can grab a notebook with lines in it. The lines will, you know, interfere, but who cares? You're just drawing for yourself right now. And any pencil. I have this. This is a Tool, T-U-L, mechanical pencil, as we can see here. I think it's upside down or backwards or something. I guess I can hold it this way. Yeah. Tool. This camera simply will not focus. So it's a tool. It's a 0.5, I guess millimeter lead. It's lead. Sorry, I'm completely blanking. It's lead, so it's a mechanical pencil. You can use a normal pencil. I have and continue to use normal pencils. You can see it right here. Got a nice pencil there. I also like pens. Using micron pens. I have a lot of them because I'm an adult and I have money and I can buy them if I want to. But you can also simply use like any pen. Here's a Pilot pen. These suck because they bleed. You can use a ballpoint pen. Literally anything that can make a mark on a paper you can use to make art. You don't need any fancy tools. You don't need anything crazy. I thought when I started, like, if I want my art to be good, I need fancy tools. That's not true. As we can see here, I'm actually going to do this. Oh, look, I can control things without having to move my camera. Here we have our, it's going to be much lower quality. A little scene that I did of just like, you know, a guy. Here we got a little guy, and we have like a dragonfly type creature cave in the background. Maybe that's a stream, maybe it's some sort of, I don't know, river or something, or path. It could be anything. Very prevalent in my world, in my campaign, is ships, a floating ship. You can see in the background there's like a planetoid back there. Maybe some like asteroids, some people on the ship. But we are like looking at it at a bunch of different angles. We also have sort of a cityscape over here, a massive sort of like valley area. Maybe these are like ridges all the way around this water source with this is actually directly based off of a location that's going to be coming up soon in my D&D campaign that I'm running. We also have like a fucking flying boat going through a cityscape here. City in the background, another planetoid because those look cool. I don't know. I wanted to do some like underground, so this is like this is kind of like one of those vanishing point ones where you can like look down a roadway and look down, but it's got like this crevasse going down the center here. It's like this strange structure underground. Maybe there's multiple like of them just going off into the infinity distance out there. We also have the classic. There's like a little village over here. Some trails going through farmland all the way up this mountain, or this like hillock up to this castle. There's like mountains in the background. This is like an ocean. You can see. I really like how this one turned out. You have sort of just a house in the woods. The moon's in the background. Maybe another moon over here. This strange tower. Sort of like forest surrounding it on all sides. I was trying to do some sort of ring. I didn't like how it turned out, but I sort of like got it to a point where I was like, I'm gonna just leave it. Here I was practicing doing a bunch of different shapes going off into infinity. Pretty easy to do, not too much. And that's about all you can see. These ones down here aren't that good. Anyways, so it's fine. I can't move the camera. It'll probably fall and I'll die if I try that. Let's reset this camera. Reset the camera. Reset the camera. Perfect. 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 Ah, I can kind of bring him in a little bit. I was doing like a little ship down here, little like angel. This guy, don't look at him, and like a hole, some sort of hole, you know. But anyways, perspective doesn't matter. We're talking about world building. So when you're world building, let's open to a new page. Easy. Please ignore the dirtiness of my desk. You should not see that. There's nothing to see here. Just a blank sheet of paper. Maybe one of the scariest things any artist can have, or anyone can have, whether you're a writer or an artist or whatever you might be. I nudged my camera. It will never be the same. Is that good? Fuck. Shit. Hell. No cursing. We're live. Fuck. Okay, here we go. Look at this. Ah, it's like an art thing. Wow. Yes. So, when we're talking about art, we are looking for all sorts of sort of ways of representing the details of our story, the details of our world. We need to think about what is it that we want to draw. Today, I came with my little, where is it? My little notebook. My notebook of knowledge. Right here. Lots of my world building happens in this little thing, as you can see by the various pieces of paper that are just sticking out through it. Dear God. But I also try to keep it somewhat organized. We can open it to any given page, and we can see timeline of world events here that I'm working on. Elven religion. I have an importance in constellations, as we can see here, representing different gods. We also have sort of just more details on the celestial elves, the sun and moon elves, the Stellarin of my setting. But we can really just look at, I mean, any group and decide what sort of art we want to do. So, best place to start is to just start, you know? We're going to section off a piece of paper. Best way to start with any art or anything like that is to just get the general shape you want to do. We're going to do a little thumbnail here. Thumbnail being pretty much a little quick sketch up. You don't have to worry too much about how it turns out because you are just doing it and then moving on to do some more. It's part of practice. Anything you want to get good at, you need to practice it. That's just life. I might adjust this lighting to make it a little easier to see. Is that a bit easier? Yeah, I think that comes out a little easier. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay, little lighter, a little darker. That's okay. So I'm gonna make it a little bigger just so it's more visible on the stream, actually. As we'll do like this size. So let's think about perspective. How do you want to represent perspective of things? I need to not be able to see, I think, the view count because that gets to me. Feel free to talk in the chat if you want to. Otherwise, I won't know if you're here, and that makes my life easier because I don't have to feel anxiety. So, first things first, with any landscape or anything like that, you want a perspective. For things to look good, you need some sort of perspective. Because you need to be able to tell how close something is, and our brains are very good at doing that. And if your art doesn't do that, then it's gonna be pretty bad. But don't worry, we don't have to worry about being able to do perfectly straight lines. We just gotta pick. I like to do 2-point perspective. So let's do it. We're gonna say we have a vanishing point off of our art piece here and off of it over on this side. That's 2 vanishing points. What you can do is you can just do a. All right, that's a line. That's a line. Awesome. And we're gonna do a couple of those across our art. Don't worry, we can erase these later. They don't have to be perfectly straight. They are just giving us a point of view. So, we can see there's a lot of overlap. The main ones you want to be paying attention to are the ones that run directly between your two, because that is your horizon line down the center there. So, and for those who may have joined in, feel free to grab a piece of paper. Anything will do. You don't need anything fancy. I'm using mechanical pencil, normal pencil work, normal pen work, or if you just want to sit and chill and listen to someone who doesn't know what they're talking about tell you how to do something, feel free to do that too. That is perfectly allowed. Um, so we have perspective lines. They don't look that good, but that's okay because most of the time you can't really tell. We're going to try to draw some sort of architecture here. So architecture, depending on what you're drawing, is going to have a lot of different straight lines on it. We're doing 2-point perspective, so we're not really too worried about height. It's just going to be straight lines for anything that goes up, which makes buildings pretty easy. So let's do some walls here. We already have sort of a grid pattern already built in, so we can stick to that grid or we can go kind of off of it. We're going to do a little bit of both as we look at our grid pattern here. So we're going to just do some basics for a building. So I want to, and remember when you're doing all this, you're keeping in mind where these vanishing points are because that is where your lines always lead towards. So I'm having it in there out of convenience, but you could do it anyway. So we have some lines that are forming here. I'm going to do like a Greek Roman-esque style building. For something like that, often it really does help if you look at reference. I won't be looking at reference right now because I'm streaming. But literally, it's free. It's free to look at reference. You can look up any sort of building. You can look up a style of building. If you don't even know what style you're actually looking for, but you have like an idea of like, you've seen a building, pop on Google Maps and just go to the street view of that building and look at it. Look at the details. Look at what you're looking for. The Greeks, the Romans, they fucking love columns. I don't know what it is. The motherfuckers love a column. So we are going to have this roof come out a little bit here as if it's sort of overhanging more this way. We're going to then have coming off of this sort of an extension of the roof going around and then coming down. And it can get hard when you're doing not squares, but that's okay. You don't have to worry about squares too much. You can just sort of make some shapes happen. You know, if it doesn't look good, don't worry. You're not committed to this piece of art. This piece of art is not owed anything. If you want to toss it away, you can. It's free fun throwing away art. If it's your art, anyways. Free fun, free fun. It might not even look good. You guys might be looking at me like, damn, wrong art stream. And that's okay. We're going to do some columns coming down. Columns here. Columns here. Columns are literally just like someone saw a square, a rectangle, and made a little round on the end. So they're pretty easy to do. Once again, when we're doing perspective, we are looking for those hints. So if you can tell from our perspective here, the lines are moving towards us this way, which means if it's over here, it's going to be larger because it's moved towards us. So the stuff that is closer to us, if there's a bunch of them, it's going to be the largest one, and it will progressively get smaller as we move further away. Seems very simple, but very effective when you get it right. Also keep in mind, look, I've already messed up here a little bit. These should be around the same end here. In the end, it's just all extensions of squares. So we're gonna have some more columns here. Yeah, boom. Look, we got some Greco-Roman style columns in the front here. We got a building here. This guy's going off in that direction. Maybe this like inner structure here. I mean, we can run our lines as well and see like, oh, well, this one's technically right there. This connects to here. Our wall sort of disappears back there, but that's okay. Ooh, see, look, I already messed up. I started putting my lines in between my boys. They shouldn't be there. Leave my boys out of this. You leave my boys alone. Okay. Here we go. And that's another part of art is it doesn't matter. It's okay. It is okay to get stuff wrong. It's okay to have your art look kind of bad when you're practicing. I've done perspective literally like a handful of times. I'm not that good at perspective. I wouldn't claim to be good at perspective. Here, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit as well, just to make this. Wow, that looks really good, huh, guys? That's high praise for myself on that one. Here we'll have another line coming in this way. The roof's sort of like kind of triangles. And also a big thing that I'm practicing is drawing without a ruler. Perspective's really easy when you use a ruler. Funnily enough, who would have thunk that using a ruler makes perspective easy? But it also kind of removes some of the fun of messing around with some art. Because it's just like, yeah, it can just take away from what you're trying to make when you keep using a ruler all the time. That being said, it's fun to use a ruler. You know, there's literally nothing wrong with rulers. And honestly, if you're just learning and you're just trying to get the basics in, maybe a ruler is good to use. I don't know. I used a ruler for a long time, but I also am a bit of a masochist, so I don't mind giving myself some suffering. As we're gonna put some more of these columns in. More columns. Gotta love columns. And if you notice, I'm not good at loosening the weight of my lines. I make all my lines very strong, and that means that all of my lines come off as a bit annoying. Um, Maybe that's just me. But that does mean that. What words am I thinking of right now? I don't know. But in here we'll have like some figures. You know, if you've seen Roman, the Greeks, all those boys, they love to make a building with some dudes on it. They love putting a dude on a building. That is their top thing. Um, yeah, it's all they fucking do. But you notice we put a lot of work on this building here. Maybe we want to keep in mind that this building is in fact like, I don't know, maybe it is on a bit of a platform actually. And that platform comes out a little bit. You know, we're still following those perspective lines. Sometimes we're putting in new ones. You know, imagine this building technically comes off in this direction. And then we're gonna kind of staircase down, you know? Oh, yeah, they love a staircase. Them boys love a staircase. And this line coming off this way connects there, goes down, comes out, goes down, comes out. And they're staircasing. And often when you're doing like thumbnail sketches like this, details, if you're good, your details don't get lost. If you're like me, you'll notice that it gets very scratchy very fast, and that's okay. That's sort of the style that I like going for. Ew. And that all. The style I like going for. I call it a style when skill is lacking because it makes it sound less bad. And that's how I prefer to be. Um, yeah, yeah. So I noticed we're getting a lot from this building, but we're not really getting the interior. So maybe we want to start like darkening in between these to really give the idea of the structure existing. Ideally, structures exist, I think, is a fair thing to want. We're also going to give a way for people to interact with such structures. So, for example, a door. Got to have your doorway. We're actually going to really darken that up as if you could enter this building. You gotta love a building. Um, Once again, we're going to continue sort of darkening this building so you can tell there's anything here. In fact, maybe we want to end this building like there to really give the idea of it existing in this space. I'm going to use our eraser to great effect. You don't need to use your eraser when you're doing thumbnail sketches, but I'm particular and I like things to look a certain way. And that way might not always be good, especially if you look at my art, but that's okay. Yes, so we're also going to say that this building sort of like ends just behind that pillar. All right, cool. So this building is starting to exist. We love that. We love when things start to look like they actually exist in a space. We're going to give these a bit more oomph, bit more existence. Yes, just like that. Make them really stand out from their backgrounds with those darker lines. Where is this one? Is this exist? Oh yeah, I accidentally colored into that one a little bit. That's okay. I didn't even notice. Says everyone, says all of the audience. They're like, yeah. Didn't even notice you did that. Boom. And you might be looking like, does this building exist in a space? No, it currently is in a white void, but we can change that. Not by adding color, but just adding existence to the surroundings. So, I mean, clearly there's going to have to be like a road or some sort of pathway coming off of this guy. You know, people walk and exist here. Maybe there's some sort of like, you know, vineyard. Some sort of trees in these backgrounds. You know, we have our horizon line there, so maybe back there we actually have like some mountains existing. Sort of cutting off our view from looking forward. Some clouds off in this way. As you can see, it looks like a bunch of scratch and shit. And that's how you know it's looking good. But maybe this building doesn't exist long. Maybe there's some smaller structures off over here, right? Like, oh yeah, this is my little place. I exist here. I'm in existence. Some lines coming off this way. I'm blocking the camera. That's really good. People love not being able to see your camera. That's thing number one. They love not seeing shit. So yeah, maybe you just got like a little, you know, building's not even fully on frame. So like you can see, I did not get my perspective right there, so that started looking really bad. But yeah, like boom, this guy. This is gonna go towards our horizon line, or not our horizon line, our line there. What the hell? That's really bad. That's okay. We didn't see it. Yeah, I ain't gonna tell nobody, right? Promise. Um, yeah. So there's a little building here. Clearly, you can't see these lines back here, so let's just erase those. Let's just erase those. Boom. That's a building. We love a building. We love a building. And this just puts it more in a space. Maybe the main doorway isn't even there. It's like off in this direction. Man, I love that house. Why did I build it so close to the temple? Don't ask. Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. And remember, all your horizontal, is it horizontal? Yeah, horizontal lines should be in line with your vanishing points off on the edge there. So I've spent like a lot of time on this one, and that's probably too much time. That's okay, because I want it to look good. And if it doesn't look good, don't tell me that. I'm not here for critique. I'm here for art. And art doesn't have to look good. That's the one thing where they trick you. That's where they trick you actually. They make you think art's got to look good, but they are wrong. They are wrong. Am I streaming at the right bitrate? Does anyone even know what bitrate is? I don't know. Let me see that real quick. We're gonna take a quick, not a break, but I'm gonna just look to make sure I'm not. Yeah, like is bitrate a thing? It's saying it should be that high? I don't know what that. I'm gonna type in that number and see if that does anything. Is that rocking? Now you're seeing all my bit rates, right? Look at that. Ooh, shit. I'm in 4K. I'm not in 4K. I do not get money like that. Get money like that? What does that even mean? Whatever. We got this little building here. We got what was I going for here? A forest? All right, let's make those trees a little more, I don't know, tree. Yeah, that's a fucking tree. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there. Look at that. Oh shit. And this is a mountain? Remember, it's meant to be very loose. When you're doing thumbnails, they can look kind of bad. They should look bad if you're like sending them places. But if you're just doing them for you, I think this is really fucking me up. I think I really fucked up the perspective on this house. Yeah, and that's how you make a good looking thing. We're gonna make it look like there's a bit of a like city behind it going off into the distance here. And the way we're gonna do that is lines. That's right. You thought I was tricking you, but I wasn't. It's lines. Everyone loves a fucking line. Everyone loves a line. Everybody loves a line. So these lines are going off here. We got like some streets going off in that way. Maybe there's like one coming out here and around. And we're just gonna like building in some stuff. Look at this. Something just popped up. Did that fuck up? I think it's okay. Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right. So we're going to be doing just some buildings off in this direction. So we can see here. You can sort of do that same, if you've ever seen where it's like, oh, I have like, oh, here's my vanishing point, and I have lines coming off this way, and there's some lines coming off this way. And oh my god, it's actually a trick, and it's been a city this whole time, you fucking buffoon. Look, I can put a streetlight here, and a road, and look, maybe there's a car. That's how cars look, right? Yeah. You can do that same trick, but just like from an angle, and it looks like there's a city over there. So we're gonna do that over in this corner here. We're gonna do like some lines and make the lines look like they're lines. Look at that. Boom. That's like magic or something, I swear. And maybe some just like individual buildings. So you can see it kind of looks like something might be over here. Maybe. Um, and also I think in the background, maybe there's more mountains. Maybe we're like looking at a large mountain scene. I really like this mountain. This one's my favorite. Look, he has a top. The mountain top. And like they're sort of like disappearing in the background. That means these mountains are fucking close as hell. Because look at how much they're shrinking. It's like, damn, those we close as hell to that mountain. That mountain's got God on there, some. Um, but yeah, it's just about fucking just fucking draw, man. It ain't that hard. Well, welcome to welcome to the art stream. Just fucking draw and stop asking me questions. I did not ask to be asked. do not read the description. That was a trick and someone was trying to trick you. I'm gonna say that this is an okay place to stop because once again, these are thumbnails. These are not like the end all be all. Your art is going to be good. Look, I put a sun up there. That's so cute, just like kids do in their art. We could continue if we really liked how this looked. We could come in and we could start inking. I'm not sure you guys know anything about that actually. We're gonna pretend I really like how this one looks. And we're going to grab one of my. Here's my bag of trash. We're gonna grab one of my pens from in here. I'm gonna grab a Micron because I'm bougie. Not that one. I want my one. Yeah, boom, Micron 1. It's black. Look at how fucking small. I don't even know if you can. That's the size of that. That's why I like these. They're very very detailed. So now that we sort of have an idea of what this is, we can just come in and we can start like, all right, what's our closest thing that we should worry about? Probably this pillar here. Once again, you should get good at doing straight lines by your hand because ain't no one gonna do them for you. I'm not good at doing straight lines, as you can tell by that bungled up ass line that I just drew there. That's okay. It's fine. Boom. That's kind of like a pillar. Look at it go. And we're just gonna go and we're gonna do the rest of these pillars to start because these are the details that are up front, so there is nothing blocking them. I find the worst thing you can do is draw lines for something that is behind something else. For example, if I were to draw the lines for this back part of this building, this part that's behind these lines, that would look kind of rough. That would look kind of rough because when I drew these in front, suddenly there is a bunch of fucking lines where they shouldn't be because you would not be able to see those lines. So we're going to go through, we're inking at this stage of our art. And yeah, it's chill. It's chill. Some chill inking is always good for the soul. Once again, this is a thumbnail sketch. And I say thumbnail, not a YouTube thumbnail or anything like that. Thumbnails are effectively, I'm going to do a quick sketch of something, whether it is a landscape or a character, and I'm going to get those ideas on a page. So this art piece would never get itself to being like a full painting or a full render or something. You know, you can go in it as much as you like, but these are made as practice. You can certainly take elements of it that you like and apply to something, but don't think of this as a final piece. Do not think of this as even something that would be going in a portfolio. I don't even have a portfolio. I'm just doing this shit for fun and repeating words that I've heard from other people, as all good teachers do. I'm not necessarily here to teach, but I'm here to have a good time. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. You're listening. You're listening. Boom. We have these. We have them sort of getting smaller as they get further away. Not really this direction, but we'll forget about it. So, next thing that is closest is right here. This is this roof here, because this entire part is all really kind of flat. At least it's supposed to be. And we can already see, I didn't quite have it right on the initial thing, but since we're going back over it, we get a sort of another approach, which is good. We'll do the same thing over on this one. Ooh, that's fucked. That's okay. That's okay. Ooh, okay. And then we'll come off of this one, and we'll bring it back. How do it back up? They're always asking me. Um, and then we're gonna have the same thing from the top, going up to here. Come, ooh, ooh, that was not a straight line. I don't know what happened to him. He went crazy. He went crazy. That's okay. It's just part of the process. Don't get too hung up on it. It is always the lesson. Always the lesson. Always. So yeah, I don't know what the fuck this was meant to be here. This like a long fucking tube. But I kind of fuck with the tube. I do kind of fuck with the tube. It's tubular. It's giving tube. And even with something like this is a micron, you really shouldn't be doing like shading with this. You can sort of get like details. It's fine. Who gives a fuck? It's a tool. It'll do what you want it to. Um, Maybe even like parts of this are glass, right? Like here, like we'll go through and we're gonna say this entire section here is actually glass, which means we will be able to see the other side. Look at that. I made a choice there. Choices are always good. That's what they say. You might be asking yourself, who they? They them. Um, Fire. Okay. So we have this front bit that we've done. Now I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna do the building on the inside. So these walls here, that's a wall. Inside we have this part going all up into here. We're gonna have this wall come down. That's good. You can even see, look, that didn't quite line up right. That's okay, because we're coming back in. We're using this information to better our piece. Boom. Lines up pretty good now, don't it? That's right. I'm flexing. Don't. It's okay. No need to flex. Don't. Me telling myself not to flex is crazy. But we but we can see. We have our perspective line here, so we're gonna go off in this direction. Going off like that. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. You know it's good when the teacher's like, that don't look quite right on their own art. That's how you know. That's how you know. And don't forget. And first step, don't forget. Second step, start forgetting. So when you start getting into this picture art this stage even of your art, you do have professional, professional, professional. I'm actually Willy professional. Oh shit. Yeah. That's right. The art is in fact centered on the camera. Because everyone loves looking at art that's kind of skewed and not really centered. That's their favorite. Um, but you can see here, this shit's not attached. Um, and at that point, it really just takes like a little bit to attach some shit, right? Like, look, bing. Damn. Okay, do not look at the back of the building. It did not exist, never needed to exist. No one wanted it to exist. Remember, your art is it's there, man. See, the best part about doing art online live stream is everyone gets to see the shitty art that you make, which I think is important because motherfuckers always be showing all their beautiful ass shit, and I'm like, you're a fucking liar. There's no way that all your art looks like that. And no one claims all their art looks like that, but then they don't show you this shit. They don't show you these art pieces because they don't look the best. They look alright. It looks good. I love this shit. And this is my art. And it's good. Did I make that category education? Is this educational? We're gonna say yes. I gotta make dinner soon. That's crazy. But you know what? We here. We here. I was going to do the platform, but remember, you should do what's in front first. This motherfucker's in front. It's an ugly building, but it's in front. So we're going to have the line come up here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a straight line. We're going to have the line come up there. Yeah, yeah. That's another straight line. We love to see it. This line's going to come up. I was curving. Y'all saw it. Over there. The line gonna come down. We're gonna have the line come up there. The line's there. And fuck yeah, that's the building. It's really that simple. A building is just a box with a smaller kind of box on top. This coming from the world building matrix. All right, we got a line coming up this way, going up that way, going down that way, doing like that. And yep, it's a little window. It's cute. Y'all love the window. I'm looking at chat and everyone's saying it. Everyone's like, damn, that's a good window. I love that window. Can y'all hear it? Are y'all listening to chat? I am. Don't, if you are looking, I'm gonna keep the chat on rewatch. So when people do come back and watch this and they see that no one has spoken in chat this entire stream, that's how you know. That's how you know. That's how you know it's a good one. That's what we're working for. Here, look, I'm gonna make these roofs so like, yeah. I kind of fuck with it. It goes like, ooh. Here, look, it goes, whoop, poo. Ooh, that did not read. Whoop, poo. I feel like I'm going delirious during this stream. I don't know what's going on. I like it. We're gonna have another building over here. This building is over here. Whoa. You're just committing to those lines. You can just commit to lines. It's okay. No one is watching. Yep, 0 consecutive viewers. That's what I like to see. The analytics of this is about to be wild because I've seen like the counter's gone up to 5. Motherfuckers leave almost immediately. So it's gonna be like like I'm a damn dying child. I'm a damn dying child. Help me. Okay, here we go. That line going that way. Okay, now I gotta figure out what this was supposed to be in the background. Wait, it's in the background. I can do this up front first. Never mind. I ain't got to do that yet. I don't have to commit. I don't have to figure it out. We love that for me. 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 Yes. Awesome. This vanishing point here is going to come in. He's going to go in this way. So yeah, when you're doing this, you just need to, you got to find those important lines. For example, this building is like here. We're gonna say that it's like a little removed from that. I think that's probably the best height. So whatever line that is connecting through, that's kind of showing you that this is up, right? Yeah. I know y'all know art. This is kind of showing you is up. No, that's kind of showing an up. Or like a path. Because you can't see that. This is why you gotta be better at art than me. And you can't be that far. I promise you could do this shit. You're literally watching me stumble through it. You can do this shit, man. Anyone who thinks they can't, pick up a pen, motherfucker. You can. I believe in you. Is YouTube's like good with cursing, right? I hope so, because I've been cursing like a fucking sailor this entire time. They love cursing on YouTube, man. They being the YouTube algorithm? Probably. Okay, it looks really good. So if you're an art teacher and you see someone's art and you start laughing, don't. That's fucked up. You can laugh at your own art all the time. Do not laugh at my art, though. Please don't laugh at my art. I will take it personal. I will cry. I'm begging the haters to say something. What the fuck is that here? Like begging the haters to say something. You have to have viewers to have haters. Hell yeah. Okay. Oh shit. You know what would be fire for a stream if you added music to that shit? Music would be fire for a stream. I think if you join a stream and you hear nothing but a motherfucker blabbing, that's crazy, right? Having some like lo-fi beats to chill to in the background, that's where it's at. That is where it is at. Anyways, we will not be having that this stream because I'm like an hour in. I'm 15 minutes in. Grow up. I'm 15 minutes in, and I'm gonna leave soon because my ass needs some dinner. This boy's grumbling. It's like a staircase, right? Y'all all agree? Staircase? Can I get some staircases in the chat? Is there staircase emoji on YouTube? There's certainly a staircase emoji on YouTube. And I know you guys aren't sending it, and that's fucked up. Staircases in the chat. Alright, cool. So, the path's reached its, like, conclusion. There, look, it's like a path down there. Wow. Staircase to the path. It's Greco-Roman. Can we get some Greco-Romans in the chat? The best thing, asking for Greco-Romans in the chat with 3 consecutive viewers. That's what I'm all about. Alright, cool. So we got like a tree. This tree is... I'm going for like a cypress. Do I know what a cypress tree looks like? I mean, kinda. I don't know if it looks like that, but this is what I'm saying for my cypress fix. There we go. That's a cypress. Yeah, look at that. Wow. The best part about trees is the less detail you do, the better they look. And that's true. Ask any artist. They'll tell you. Less detail, best detail. And then in the background, we're going to make these mountains pop by making them actual mountains. Yeah. What? There we go. So there's some mountainage in the background. There's some mountains going on back there. And you're gonna see when we go and erase the pencil marks, if we were gonna do that, which I might just do just for example for this one. You don't need to do any of this shit. I'm just loving the pain of looking at this. And I know you guys are too. So thanks everyone who decided to hop in and look at whatever I decided to try to put together this time. Because goddamn. Am I crazy? Yes. Straight line, straight line, straight line. There, and then there. Oh shit. This building's about to be fire. Alright. We're gonna bring this down. We're gonna bring it down. We're gonna bring this down. Actually, what we could do. Oh shit, it even looks like it goes back there. Because it do go back to there. There. Yeah, so we have the front of our buildings here. Right? Remember to do the things in front first, because that will be for the best. So we're gonna have that. And we're gonna have these sort of like disappearing off towards our vanishing point. Going to do this as well. Okay, so now watch this. This is about to be crazy. Secret art hack just dropped. make it disappear towards your vanishing point. No one's ever tried this before. We're revolutionizing the industry today. No one in art has ever tried to make something disappear to the vanishing point. In fact, I'd go as far to say I'd go as far as what? What the fuck am I saying? Um, I'd go as far as to say that ain't no one ever done it like this before. Oh shit! It's like the buildings are buildings or something. Whoa! It's like there's a whole city back there. It's a whole city. Oh god! It's a whole city. Oh god! Oh damn! Oh well. Oh god! Not a city. There you go. There you go. Hell yeah! It's like it's a whole city out there. It's like there's a whole city out there. Oh shit, Doc. There's a whole city out there. And look at that. Oh, don't forget. And look, that's like that. There's a whole city out there. Look at that. That kind of looks like road, right? I think I'm reading chat right now, and is everyone in chat saying that kind of look like roads, and I think they're right. You know, the old city out there. And art's really about illusions. As long as it looks like something, it is something. Just like real life. So now we're gonna do these distant mountains. Remember, always remember, the things that are closest will look the biggest. That's why this mountain looks the biggest, because it's closest. And like maybe there's like a river coming down and around, but it's like going off over that way. We don't even see that shit. And boom, that's the thumbnail sketch. All right, everyone, take your screenshots now. Go ahead, take your screenshots. I know. Just gotta round it off, you know. What the? Okay. And like, I'm trying my best not to use this, but if I'm gonna do a straight edge on this, I'm gonna use a fucking ruler real quick. Because if not, that should look kind of goofy. That's okay though. It's okay to look kind of goofy. I look kind of goofy. Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. Look at that. And we're gonna label this one. This one's number 1. Boom. And that's literally all you have to do, and you suddenly have like a scene. Here, I'll do the sun real quick. He be shining, and there do be clouds, fluffy and white. Boom. So art's literally that easy, guys. I don't even know what you're talking about. So we can then go through, we can get rid of those vanishing point lines that we put in earlier. And boom. That's basically all you have to do. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what she wrote. That's art right there. As you can see, it's like art. Does this read? Here, I think I can. The camera's upside down. Don't tell anyone the secret though. Yeah. That's kind of fire, no? Kind of tearing me up. Kind of tearing me up sideways. Kind of fucking me up. Kind of fucking me up sideways. Tearing me up. Kind of good. This stream has been 80% curse. And I truthfully don't know. I don't know what that means, but I hope people have enjoyed it. I'm hungry. I'm about an hour into the stream. I think I'm gonna go make some dinner because this boy's gotta eat. Maybe I'll stream some more later. Because because it has been fun. It's been pretty fun. It's been pretty fire, I think. Um, yeah. Thanks for watching. Anyone who hopped in during the stream. I hope y'all decide to come back. Maybe if you liked watching me try doing this. Yeah. All right. Thank you, cuties. I'll see you next time on the World Building Matrix.